Today's topic of conversation, is the car community really that toxic? And if so, how bad is it? What's going on, guys? My name's Chris. If you don't know me, I make a bunch of car content on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, all that good stuff. I drive a BMW M5, which I modify and take to a bunch of meets and all that kind of stuff. And that's kind of what this channel's about. But today, super unscripted video, just kind of want to have a conversation about car culture and the car community in general, because it gets a lot of hate, also gets a lot of love. It's a super iffy topic, so let's just get into it. So right off the top of my head, first thing that comes to mind when I think car community, and I think this goes for a lot of people out there too, I'm sure you've experienced it, is this toxicity. It doesn't seem to matter what car you own. You could own a Ferrari or you could own a Honda Civic. Doesn't matter. Somebody out there is gonna hate your car and give you shit for something you've modified or something you've done to it or the way you drive it, anything. I think that's the biggest problem in car culture today. There's this saying like respect all builds, which basically means respect any car. If it's making the driver happy and they're doing with the car what they like, then it shouldn't matter. And it seems not to apply to all cars, obviously. I mean, I've gotten hate for my car tons of times. If I put a video out on some mods I've done, speaking of which, if you want to check out the mods I've done, I got a list right here. Somebody always has a problem with it. I get comments all the time saying, oh, that BMW M5 is made perfectly stock and it should be kept stock. That's not an M5 that you're supposed to mod. I've been told a million times, oh, the suspension was designed for that car. You're not supposed to lower it. You're not supposed to do it. Like, man, oh, it's fine. Do whatever you want. So in terms of an acceptance factor, I would say there's definitely some toxicity in the car community today. Like I said, it honestly does not matter what you drive. There's so many things. It's so easy to pick apart any car, basically. On the other hand, and I think I'm part of this group too, is I look at somebody's car and I say, okay, it doesn't matter if I like it or not. If it's making the driver happy, if it's making you happy what you've done to your car, then I or anybody else shouldn't have a right to tell you, hey, that car's stupid, hey, you're doing this wrong, hey, you're doing this wrong. I think it's fair to say, hey, I don't like that. But I think you gotta then, follow it up with, but hey, if it's making you happy, like who cares? At the end of the day, does it really matter? No. All of this is a hobby, so it doesn't matter. If we didn't have people building cars differently and if everyone had the same taste, car culture would be so boring. Every car would look the exact same, which we honestly see a bit of in terms of with certain types of models of cars, because people do not want to take that step and do something different because it's just, you don't want to get the hate. So honestly, thank God there's people out there that want to do something different, that want to make something crazy, or else every car mate would be 17 BRZs, 86s, or Scion FRSs all in a row looking the exact same, Like it'd be boring. So there's all kinds of interesting car cultures around the world. The Bozuzoku, if I'm pronouncing that right. The one in Japan, I'll show you a picture right now. They look crazy. They're based on a biker gang. We have all kinds. We have stance culture, slamming cars to the ground with huge amounts of camber. That one gets so much hate. And yeah, I'm not a personal fan of it, but I'm cool with it that exists because it just adds more variety to car culture. The minimalists, the people that like to keep it stock, it's more rare now to see a Supra MK4 that's stock. It's almost more exciting to see that than a tuned one or than a modified one because they all tend to look the same when they're modified. And when you see that stock one, it's super clean. It's like, okay, so we have the minimalists over here. And so we have all these groups coming together. And thank God we do, because again, car culture would be super boring if we didn't. Now, the next thing I'd say about car culture is it seems there's this wall to enter car culture. I've noticed you have to do a certain amount of things to be considered a car guy, which I guess I get, but if somebody's buying their first car, if it's a high school kid or something, he's got a Honda Civic, he's got something an older Lexus or something like that, and he hasn't done anything to the car, but he's interested in cars and interested in that culture, and he's posting pictures of the car and he's passionate about it. You always see those people that are driving stock cars but are super into car culture, and they get hate because they haven't actually modified that car. And so there's this weird disconnect of, okay, maybe they're not fully in car culture. I would disagree with that. I think it's more of a passion thing and it's more of a feeling of the person. If they're super into cars and they either haven't decided what they want to do with the car, or if they even just want to keep it stock, just for no other reason than they want to keep it stock, but they still want to go to meets and they still want to look at other cars and stuff like that, I think that's totally fine. I think it's wrong to block people out of a hobby because they either don't have the funds or don't want to necessarily modify a car to the extent that maybe somebody else does.
Did you know if you start your car and put it in drive, the car will...
And I think both are still valuable to car culture. I think the more people we bring in it, only going to benefit the community as a whole, I think. Like I said, I get told all the time, there's this weird balance between either people don't like the mods I've done to my car, or they think I haven't done enough. And I've gotten so many comments saying, oh, this guy puts a front lip on his M5 and calls it a modded M5. And then, of course, I got to correct them and say, well, you know, like we've done this, this, and this, and we've got the exhaust done and all that stuff. But again, I feel like people shouldn't have to defend themselves for that. Like, if you do what you want to your car, it makes you happy, enjoy it. It's fun. We all are, at the end of the day, doing the same thing. We bought a machine that takes us from place A to B, and we enjoy driving it, and we enjoy modifying it, and experiencing the other people that enjoy that hobby as well. And whether this guy has 700 mods done to his car and this guy's got 2, you can still both be part of car culture, I'd say, at the end of the day. And I guess the last topic that comes to mind when we're talking about toxicity in the car culture, and this is one where I do agree with that is super toxic, is the notion of car meets versus takeovers. If you don't know the difference, a car meet is like a civil, chill time where you meet in a parking lot or an organized event, and the cars are parked, and even maybe they have an organized drifting area or something like that where you can do stunts or people can show off their exhausts or something like that, and people are just walking around and enjoying the cars and enjoying the build and the community. And I think that's super positive. I think that's some of the best times I've had getting involved in the car community, is going to those meets, seeing other people's builds, getting to talk about mine, getting to ask questions, and just seeing some really cool cars and meeting some cool people. On the other hand, we have takeovers, which is basically when like a group of guys with a car, a group of people with a car, take over like an intersection, and there's people just standing, blocking off all the lights and then keeping the intersection open, and then people just doing donuts and burnouts and stuff in the middle of the street, holding up traffic. Super unsafe, super illegal. If you look up takeovers, there's tons of videos of people getting hit and like all kinds of issues. It's not a good time. I would not recommend becoming a part of that. I think for sure that is the toxic side of car culture that we're seeing there. I think at the end of the day, like any hobby, any passion, this community, car culture definitely has some toxicity, but I think it's important to focus on the positive. So anybody out there, my advice to you is if you're new to car culture, don't be afraid. Show off your car. It doesn't matter if you have something done to it or not. Ask questions. You'll learn a lot and you'll meet a lot of good people. And then don't listen to people who hate. At the end of the day, 99% of the time it's going to be somebody online. You're never going to meet them in your life. It doesn't matter. There is always that toxic side, like I said, with the takeovers and the negativity and people kind of gatekeeping the car culture community, and this issue with different kind of build styles just not being accepted. At the end of the day, it all doesn't matter. We're all paying out of our ass for these cars, and we have one of the most expensive hobbies in the world. And so it's honestly like everyone should just respect each other that we even want to do this stuff. We spend so much money and time and effort to, at the end of the day, drive a car from point A to B, or do something like that. So if I can leave you with any kind of message from this video, it's build the car you want, do whatever you want to it. If it makes you happy, it doesn't matter what anybody else thinks. Focus on you, focus on yourself, and focus on being happy. Get that car, put that mod on, get it wrapped whatever color you want. Who cares? It's fine. Get a camo wrap. I don't even care. Maybe don't get a camo wrap. Look at me. I drive one of the most unreliable sports cars ever made, and I love it to death. Don't want to trade it for the world. Spring is coming up. I'm about to get a winter storage, and I know something's going to be wrong with it, but I'm going to pay for it and continue driving it all summer because it makes me super happy. So enjoy it. Enjoy the car community. Let's all be positive. Let's all get along, and we'll be good. At least we're not part of truck culture, right? Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you want to see more of my content, make sure you like and subscribe. I post videos like this or on my M5 all the time. Comment what kind of videos you'd like to see most, and comment what kind of experiences you've had in the car culture. I want to know what yours are, not just my opinion, If you want to see more of my car and myself, follow me on Instagram right here. I post pictures of the M5 all the time, give updates on what I'm doing to the car, and hopefully there'll be some new mods coming soon. Also, if you're into car culture and streetwear, I run a car culture JDM skate style inspired brand called Enemy. Here's the Instagram right here. Link is in the description. Go check it out. You will find something you like 100%. I put a lot of effort into that brand. We produce at the highest quality we can, and I can't wait to get it out to you if you do decide to order. Spring collection's coming out very soon, so make sure you hit up that Instagram and you'll be seeing the release very soon. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much, and as always, I will see you in the next video. My name's Chris. See ya.